having your left knee gently bent. Remember, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can always come into this position as well where the right leg is extended. And just starting with the ball underneath your left arm and just taking a nice reach for the moment, bringing this right arm all the way slowly behind your head, opening up your chest, melting down. Great, and we're just leaning a little bit into the ball, keeping both hips down at the moment. And you'll notice that there's like kind of like an up and over curl that I'm looking for, finding that way all the way back. So the next two are just nice and slow, forward facing, reaching, keeping both hips down, trying to curl that left side down as you stretch that right side long, and then exhale back. Last time here. And still continually melting the shoulder down. Great, let's start to add a little bit of a twist. So you're inhaling, leaning, and seeing if we can open actually to that upward right corner of space. And then finding your way back to your neutral position. So inhaling, still maintaining that hip stability, opening, noticing how your upper right back might start to stretch a little bit. Inhaling, open wide. Good, two more to go. And that invitation of space, just allowing the side body to stretch. And noticing where your neck wants to go. So does your neck want to come along for the ride? Do you feel like your neck is holding on to tension, or can you let that release? Great, from here we're slowly curling all the way again, twisting to the right. And then on your way back, you're gonna reach up the arm, bring the elbow in, tap the right arm down. So we're just adding a little bit more flow here. So you're reaching and twisting. And then exhaling back to the center, elbow comes in on the left, right arm reaches long. Great, inhaling, lengthen, long and twist. Exhale back. And if you notice that your right hip is starting to come a little bit off the floor, that's okay. Just for the moment, let's see if we can still continually ground it down. We'll have a moment to lift it up in a moment. Have I said moment yet? A few times? Moment. I'm working with moments at the moment. Not weeks, not years, just lots of moments. Cool, your last full time here. Inhaling, reaching, opening, and then exhale. Great, let's find a nice little amount of length, reaching, and now I do want this whole right hip to come all the way off the floor. And notice if this is comfortable for you, or if you feel like you really want the full hand. It's completely up to you, whatever your arm feels comfortable with. And we're reaching this right leg all the way out to the floor. Great, so you're slowly gonna bend for me here, and then reach it out. So again, fascinating your focus point on something amazingly small and beautiful in front of you. Noticing how that spine can still stay long, your side core is really active. And seeing even within this position, can you use your belly instead of your hip to stretch out that leg? Okay, we have another 3. Inhale 2. And then your last one here. Super, leg comes down and then find your way all the way back. Great, let's go straight away to the other side. And again, checking out where your hips are tight. Do they feel loose? Would you prefer to stretch out this left leg and just reach that way? Totally fine. Listen to your body and whatever you need at this moment. Right hands come nice and long, left elbow behind your head, grounding those hips completely down. Great, so you're inhaling the first one. Remember, we're curling. So I mean curling like up and over that imaginary ball so that you can keep the groundedness through the left hip. And then exhale back. Good. 2 more. And noticing again how that right shoulder can melt down even further. And feel free to close your eyes for a second if you'd like. Sometimes these moments feel nice. Great, let's start adding that upward reach. So you're twisting towards that upward left space. And then coming back. Good, the next 4. So inhaling, reaching, and even finding more space to melt that right shoulder down. It's kind of easy for it to come up, so we're still creating all of that amount of length. And you may notice that one side feels a little bit easier to twist and open than the other. And can we find that amount of space on the right, even if we're twisting open to the left? Alrighty, here we go. So you're inhaling, slowly opening, and now on the way back, you reach the left arm to the side, right elbow comes in. So inhale, lengthen and open. Let's think of this as like a spinal twist, but a nice organ massage, a belly massage, and finding our way through space. Inhaling, opening, engaging the belly reach. Great, last time here. Great, so hand coming behind your head and then rolling that ball out for your long length. Remember, you can either hold it here if you feel like you want to keep it on somewhere on your forearm, whatever works for you, lifting up that left hip and finding the space here. Great, inhaling, bend, exhale, reach. And if you feel like you need your hand down on the floor, you can always do that. If you want to put your hand on your hip, you can do that as well. Another 5. And just a push away with the entire thigh, right? So you're trying to maintain that parallel feeling of the thigh and the knee to the floor, and just pushing away forward for 2. And 1. So we're finding that foot back to the floor, and then reaching all the way up. Awesome. So let's put the ball to the side for a moment, bringing our legs in front and just giving them like a nice little wiggle. Cool. Let's come all the way here and put the ball slightly beyond, or just kind of like below where your pants would end, so that when you lean back, you know you have the support, but it's not too high up. Great, bring your hands underneath your knees, opening up. We're curling into the ball first. So often we have a straight back. I want you to feel how you can curl into the ball, feel the belly coming back, and then exhale, lengthen upwards as the belly button goes all the way back. So we're using that stability of the hands just for the moment to give a little bit of extra allowance of push into the ball, curling, engaging the belly coming back. Great, last time here. Great, let's interlace our fingers, pushing them all the way away. So you're inhaling, curling into the ball, stretching, exhale, lifting. Great, inhale, push down. Exhale, let go. Good, last time like this. Let's add an extra breath. So inhale, prepare for me. Now exhale, push into the ball. Inhale, expand. Exhale, use the breath to come back. Good, 2 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, belly to back. And you just notice what that feels like. Inhaling, expanding from here, and then exhale it out. Great, last time, inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, push in. Great, inhaling again. And then exhale, lift. Cool, elbows are coming nice and close. We're hinging back this time for me. And reaching this right arm up and over, slowly tapping as we come back to that bike, right? And then finding our way back to the middle, straight away to the left. So you're still holding your belly. We're keeping the straight spine at this moment. Noticing that we're not curling, right? And if you feel like you can hinge back even more, then go for it. So the ball at this point is a very supportive prop, but it is also challenging you to stay nice and open and lifted at the same time. Get 1 more time in each direction. So inhaling, allowing for that twist from the belly. Inviting that nice little organ spin. Great, slowly reaching the arms all the way up for a moment, lengthening out and then reaching back with the upper body, arms nice and long, palms facing each other. And then slowly find your way up just a little bit. Great, inhaling, hinging back. Exhale, open. Last one here. Good, let's start adding the arms. So you're inhaling, hinging back, and on the way back, you're gonna slowly open to like a circular feeling. So I want you to push long with the arms, and then circular Almost like we're doing ballet through space, but you're reaching and then you're softening. Good, 2 more. And then your last time here. Great, slowly hinging on back for me, bringing your heels into the ground and then opening your knees and walking your heels so they're touching each other. Great, from here you're gonna twist and kick. So twisting to the right as you kick away and tap on back, twisting straight away to the left. Inhale, kick and twist, exhale back. So let's focus on really engaging the belly and not using only the hips. Inhale, kick and twist, exhale back. Good, 3 more on each side. And this feeling of just taking up different shapes, different spaces while we're holding ourselves in this nice hinged back feeling. Great, your last full one here. Inhale, reach, and exhale back. Cool, slowly take a deep breath, bring the soles of your feet back down on the floor, and then really super slowly, seeing if you can just stack up like a snail's speed. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, take the ball away, open up your knees, and just allow for that roll forward. Great, and then slowly find your way back into your seated position, bringing your feet parallel to each other, and roll down, forming 1 vertebrae at a time, on 3, 2, and 1. Great. Ball comes underneath the right foot, arms are nice and long in your T position. Yeah. And making sure again that your knees are parallel to one another. From here, take a deep inhale, push into the ball as you melt your lower back, your middle back, all the way off of the floor into your bridge position. Great, from here you slowly roll out the right leg and then hip dip all the way down. So focusing on that right leg reach and then coming down. Now remember, you don't have to go super far with the right, but we're trying to stabilize and lift with the left without dropping that right hip down, right? I'm not trying to drop the hip. I want to keep the hip completely lifted. Get another 2. And then your last one here, inhaling, reach, and exhale down. Good, melting your spine down on 3, 2, and 1. Palms come all the way up, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Taking another inhale here, melting into the mat, and then exhale, head, neck, and shoulders come up. Good. 1 hand on top of each other, finding that nice amount of reach. Bringing your left knee into a tabletop, and then opening your left knee to the side for me. So from here, we're gonna focus on reaching that right leg out, left leg goes out to that diagonal, and then coming back, almost tapping your ankle in the front of your right shin. So inhaling, stretch, exhale back. Now at the moment, the hands are just supportive. If you feel like you need to put your head, neck, and shoulders down, go for it. And just notice how the shape of your leg changes. And now the amount of contact that you have with the ball also changes, right? Like you're having, at this point, you have just your heel, then the whole foot, and then just the toes, and it's okay. I love this about the ball. It's like sometimes you have the complete grip, and sometimes it's like just a toe, but you still have it. Great. Last 2 here. And then your full reach all the way out. So left foot comes on the floor, take your hands next to you, and then melt yourself all the way down on 3, 2, and 1. Great, rolling the ball underneath the left foot now. Both feet on the floor, excuse me, right foot on the floor, both feet next to each other, left foot grounded in towards the mat. Take a deep breath, arms come all the way out to the side, palms down, and then push into the floor as you lift up your hips and find that lifted position. So remember, the goal here is to keep those hips parallel to the floor. Inhaling, reach, and then back, exhale, dip and lower. Now, even within this arm feeling, right, you can totally melt the arms into the floor and just kind of have them be there. You can just activate the entire arm and keep them along the floor if you'd like. Or you can, again, push your hands into the floor, reaching the backs of your arms off the mat. And noticing how the right leg gets a little bit more active through that stabilization, but still trying to distribute as much of the weight evenly as possible. So, right, those hips don't dip, the shoulders still stay square. We're trying to find that element of balance and neutrality. Cool, last time here. Inhaling, reach. And then exhale, lower. Great, and melting your spine down one vertebrae at a time on 3, 2, and 1. Super. Palms come up, reaching up towards the ceiling, melt a little bit deeper into the mat. And then exhale, head, neck, and shoulders come up and we lift. Cool. One hand on top of each other. Bringing this right knee in towards the center and then opening it up to the side. Grounding both hips in as you inhale, open. And then exhale, come back. And playing around a little bit with that range of motion on the left. Right? How much contact you need with the ball to feel okay. Some people start freaking out when it's like, oh my God, it's rolling away. And if it rolls away, then so be it. But like, just noticing. And if it feels like it's getting a little bit too far away, then you just grab it back. Inhaling, extend, exhale back. Great, another 3. And check in with your fingertips, like are they interlaced behind your head? So I'm a big fan of just kind of tapping or somehow gently overlapping rather than interlacing. If you need to interlace, of course you may. Last time here. Great, slowly come back, noticing where your foot is on the left ball. And then slowly melt down on 3, 2, and 1. Great, grabbing the ball in between your hands for me. Stretching out your legs a little bit wider than hip width, but not quite as wide as your mat. And reaching the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Melting your spine again down on the floor. Great, inhaling, squeeze the ball. Reaching all the way up, and then exhaling, head, neck, and shoulders come up. We lengthen long, find our nice spine stretch forward here. It's like that roll up, but then really focusing on stretching the spine. And then finding your reach and stack all the way here. Great. Slowly bending the right knee for me, taking the ball in the right hand. Left arm stays where it is. You circle that right arm around, come all the way up, and then reach again, shifting your weight. Great. Slowly coming on back and extend. Let's try that again. Same side. Right knee bend, right arm rotates around. You slowly lift and hold. And then finding your way, shifting your weight back, trying not to curl your spine. So we're trying not to do this, right? We're really trying to maintain all of that nice, long, stable spine stability. Get 2 more to go. Inhaling, lengthen, and hold. It's like a variation of the hold that we did earlier. We're just coming from a different position. You're right. All the way here for me. Take a deep breath. Fantastic. And then slowly find your way back to the neutral position. Get from here, flexing out your feet, and then curling down one vertebrae at a time. Taking your mat perhaps with you. On 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling, squeeze on up for our roll up. And then exhale, lengthen forward. Think about more of that shifting into the spine stretch forward. Inhale here. And then exhale, step up. Cool. Ball goes into the left hand, pointing your toes. Left leg gets bent. You circle around, slowly coming all the way up, reaching. And then finding your way back to the center, nice and slow. So remember, we're using this as like intentional moving meditation. And just bringing our awareness into the hips shifting, spine staying long. You may even notice that you move somewhere within your mat, and that's okay. But again, think about where are you shifting your weight from? Are you engaging your belly now as you bring your hips back and find that nice long feeling? Good, 2 more. And exhale back. This was great. Last time here. Inhaling, circling around. And holding here, lengthening out a tiny bit longer for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then rotating your hips back, finding that length and holding. And so much further. Interesting. Flexing out your feet, squeezing that ball, and then rolling yourself down on 3, 2, and 1. Great. So we're coming over onto the right side, onto this nice forearm position. I know I don't typically start on this side, but today we are. Yeah, and the right leg is in the front and the left leg is behind. And remember, we're not sinking, but we have this nice lengthened feeling here. Great, from here we're slowly rotating. So bringing your hips back and bringing the whole body now, lower body forward facing, and then finding your way back. So if you'll notice, I'm in a twisty, flowy mode today. Inhaling, reach and lift. And exhaling, coming on back. And we're trying to, again, do all of this without shifting too much, meaning the upper body, that triangular space between your hip, your armpit, and your elbow are still maintained. And you notice how you just can reach and lift and find your way back. Now, if your neck is not happy, you may always just look forward facing as well. Don't have to bring it up necessarily. Good, 2 more. And then your last full time here. Great, bringing the ball in front of you, fingertips facing the right, and you're slowly lifting and holding for a moment. Great, and then you swing the legs to the front, and then swing the legs in the opposite direction. Remember, you may always look down at the floor if you need to. Elbows are going back. We're pushing in to try and shift just the legs. Great. We have another 3. And 2. And if you don't like the bottom leg as well, you may always just do the top one. And 1. Super slowly coming on down, reaching this left arm, taking a deep stretch. And from here, we're slowly bringing ourselves all the way up to a nice, tall, seated, yet slanted position. Huh. Interesting. Good. Finding our nice amount of space here. Sitting up tall, belly comes back again, stretching through that spine. Great. And then finally, stacking your way up. Squeezing again, and allowing for that melting down on 3. Curling down for 2. Happy moments here for 1. Great. Rolling on to the left side, everybody. So again, left leg is in front, the right leg is behind. You're nice and lifted here. Great. Reaching all the way. All right, here we go. Inhaling, and then shifting your weight and reaching. And you may notice that you have to adjust a little bit in order to maintain that lift. And that's totally fine. But that idea of the full side lift hold, engaging the belly, keeping that space as you reach. Great. And it's also that like subtle shift of weight, meaning you're not just collapsing, right? Like you're engaging your belly to flow through that shift of weight. We're still keeping the space free of tension. 3 more to go. Great. I'm just feeling like, almost like playful, right? It's like if you maybe you want to even see if you can keep the left leg a little bit off the floor, maybe not. coming back into our push point. So ball comes underneath the right hand, right shoulder down, slowly lifting. And then noticing if we can switch the legs. Now, sometimes one side is easier. And as always, if you feel like you just want to swing the top leg, then just put the bottom leg down and only focus on the top. Great, we have another 3. And 2. Last time here for 1. So we're slowly coming on down, reaching all the way long. Is this gonna work? Yeah, we'll try it. Let's bring our legs a tiny bit closer together and let's see if we can come up to a neutral position. You know, neutrally twisted. Great. Shifting your weight back into the center of your mat if you can. Squeeze that ball, come up a little bit taller. Belly comes back as you exhale, reach. Flexing through the feet, inhale again. And then exhale, stack your spine on 3, 2, and 1. Done testing, everybody. So let's come over onto our bellies. And bringing the ball in front of us, making a triangular shape with your thumb and your pointer fingers, more or less, like an open triangle. Okay. Feet are coming to the edge of your mat. Your elbows are slightly bent, and you're gazing down at the floor, kind of feeling like you're melting for the moment. Inhaling, take a deep inhale. Expanding your ribs. Exhale, push into the ball. And then just lift your elbows only off the floor. Great. From here, take another inhale. Push the tops of your toes into the mat as you exhale, slowly reach. And just shift the ball forward a little bit. Inhale again. Exhale, come back. Elbows go open first. And then slowly lower them. So think about pushing your elbows up by pushing into the ball. Exhaling, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders up as you stretch your arms and just roll the ball a tiny bit forward. Great. Inhaling again, coming on back, elbows open. Exhale, melt down, lowering your elbows simultaneously. Good. One more time. Inhaling, push into the ball, elbows up. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders a little bit more as you roll. Super. Inhaling back to the center, elbows open. Exhale, lower down. All right, this time we're adding the legs. So you're inhaling, lifting both legs off the floor, elbows open. Exhale, lengthen long. Keep flying. Engaging the belly. Focusing on that slow control speed, lowering the legs down. As your elbows lower, head, neck, and shoulders go down. Inhale, push in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, melt back. Elbows still open. And exhale, slowly lower down. Good. One more time like this. And remember, if you're breathing slightly differently or your arms are doing something slightly different, it's totally okay. I just want to slow and steady lift. Inhaling back a little bit and exhale. Great. Take another deep breath. And then bring the ball into your right hand and bring the left hand underneath your forehead. And bringing the right arm out to your goal post position. Good. And then turn your fingers to the diagonal. Awesome. Inhale from here. You're slowly reaching that right arm, stretching up the left leg. Exhale, come on down. So thinking about like opening up to the side diagonal. And then your elbow almost comes back in the direction of your right hip. So we started in that neutral goal pose to be able to feel the lift of the elbow. But actually I want you reaching a little bit further, so it's almost like that wingspan on the right is getting a little bit bigger. If you feel like you want to lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and just kind of hover here and just use that left hand as a little bit of support, you can do that as well. 2 more. Last time here. Great, grab the ball, put it really underneath that right hand, reaching the left arm now nice and long in front of you, so you have like this open clock shape, pushing up a tiny bit higher, and then bending that left leg and stretching it out. Keeping both hips nice and neutral, trying to engage the belly to strengthen the spine, right? So we're lifting up a tiny bit higher if we can. Knee gets bent and hovered. Great, we have 4. And noticing how you can still move in different directions, right? The arm in the right is in one direction, the left is in another, the left leg is somewhere else, the right leg is somewhere else, and we're still one piece. Great, last time here. Super, left leg comes down, left hand comes underneath your forehead, attach your forehead to your left hand, slowly bring that right arm back, fingers forward, facing to the deep breath. Great. And then slow and steady, lift yourself up, switching the ball to the other side. So we're starting with our right hand underneath our forehead. Left arm is at this nice goalpost position to begin, noticing that the elbow is lifted, and then you bring your fingers to that left diagonal. Inhale, slow and steady, reach that left arm at the diagonal as your right leg comes up. Exhale, slowly trying to bring the left elbow towards the left hip. So remember, we're trying to think about that left arm as being like a wing, and we're creating a nice amount of mobility within the wingspan, noticing how the shoulders come down, the shoulder blades get to move a little bit. And if you feel like you'd love to, then go for it. Just kind of look down at your hand rather than supporting your head on your hand. Great, another 3. And that beauty of using the breath to expand and lift. And find your way back to your starting point, which is even a little bit deeper than it was before. Great, and your last time here, holding, great, grabbing the ball so it's really underneath your hand on the left, and then extending your right arm long in front of you, seeing if you can push up a tiny bit. And then pushing down on the ball as you reach that right leg towards the bum, and then stretch it out. So again, isolating this right leg as we lift and reach. And seeing, can you space up a tiny bit? Can you melt down with the shoulders? Can you notice that there's no tension in your neck at all? Great, another 3. Reaching for 2, still focusing on that lift both internally and noticing how you can lift up a tiny bit higher. Right, last time here. Super, we're melting that right foot down, bending the right hand, putting your forehead again on the right hand, and then slowly bringing this left elbow back to the center, rotating your fingers forward facing. Take a deep breath, and then bring the ball back into the center, hands come underneath you, and shift your weight all the way back. All right, let's come over onto the back. We're gonna actually say thank you to the ball, but we're gonna be done with you for today. And find your way into this nice little huggy position. Not focusing too much on what's happening, just kind of notice how you can just hug yourself for a sec. It's almost like how close can your knees get to your eyes. Good, gazing in between, even if your eyes are closed for a sec. Take a nice deep inhale. Great, and then exhale, finding your way back to a nice neutral position, hands behind your head, knees in a tabletop. Great, stretching up this right leg for me here. Let's bicycle this right leg all the way down, and then slowly find our way up. So just really focusing on that length all the way out through the toes on the right. Inhale, long, exhale, belly back. Great, 3 more. 2. And 1. Great, slowly gently bending the right leg, lifting the left one up, and then bicycle down through the left leg. And noticing again where your shoulder's at. Can you feel your whole lower back melting into the floor? Can we work on just the flow of the lower half rather than focusing on moving the upper half? Great, last two. And then last one. Excellent, soles of your feet come right back down on the floor. Walk them a tiny bit further away, digging your heels into the ground, reaching your arms all the way along. And then from here, slowly and steadily rolling up. 1, 3, 2, and 1. Take another inhale. And exhale, roll down just to the tips of your shoulder blades. Arms come all the way behind your head. Take a moment. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, curl down. Great, hands behind your head just for a sec. So it's almost like you're supporting yourself just at the very end to say, yep, I'm cool. I can hang out here. Great, let's start adding the legs. Inhaling. Exhale, lift. Inhale again. Exhale, knees come into the center and we hold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, engage. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back. Good. And just noticing again that slow flex and point of your feet. If you want to stay flexed, you can absolutely stay flexed. It's totally okay. Whatever you need to do. 2 more to go. And then the last full time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, engage. Inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale, find your way all the way back. Knees come in towards the center, take a deep breath. And we slowly stretch and reach for 8. And again, noticing that slow and steady expansion from your sides, from your legs. Great, and the last 4. Just checking in with where your legs want to go, right? Do they want to go a little bit lower? Do they want to go a little higher? Super. 2. And then last time 1. Great. Soles of your feet back down on the floor. Reach out. Right hand on your left. Take a deep inhale. And then seeing if we can come up from here, grounding into the floor. And lift up. Awesome. So let's bring our heels together. Hands come underneath. And just open up here for a moment. Great. Actually, you know what? Let's point the toes. We're gonna roll like this. So you're gonna curl your spine and think about rolling from this position and coming on up. So it's like a form of the seal, but we're just changing our hold points. Good, 2 more. Last time here. Great, getting all the way to the top, stretching up the legs and finding that space. Excellent, release your arms and then slowly tap and stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Great, feet together, hands by your side. Shift your weight long. Stretch it up, opening up your feet just a little bit, bending one leg and then the other. And here's where we say yes to everything that fits our vision of what we'd like our life to be and actively say no to everything else. And take another inhale. And then exhale, slowly stack on 3, 2, and 1.